Hello all. As many of you know, we're fast approaching the summer solstice, which is a very important milestone in the astronomical cycle of the year. This is the longest day of the year. It falls on June 21st, 22nd. Depending on where you are, the peak will be at different time, but it's approximately that date. And basically it's the sun at its highest peak in the sky within a year, within the cycle that it's doing around. So it's the time of obviously the new season, right? It's officially when we say in America that the summer begins. It's a change to a cardinal energy from Gemini into Cancer. It's also the energy of fire, obviously sun, just fire, and so that element is in its ruling during this time, and of course it's just generally the energy of changes, shifts, and new beginnings. And it's been known since the beginning of time, since pagan times, on how people were commemorating this energy. They knew about it, they were building calendars based on it, or different kind of calendar like structures, like Stonehenge is known to be constructed based on the solar position during solstice. And of course, because the harvest phases, the seasons of crops have been tied to this date as well. It was also that shift from doing a lot of work in the field, doing a lot of work to nurture, to seed, to plant, to nurture the crops, and then going into summer where people could take a breather, could take some rest and actually rejoice, right, in this new sunny, bright season. With the energy of sun, with the energy of fire. So a lot of fire related rituals have been born. And actually, since I'm from Ukraine, there is a very famous Ivana Kupala night that we celebrate in July, which is not exactly the solstice, but it's close enough when, and you can look it up, but yeah, it's definitely a very deep meaning to the energy of fire, to its healing powers, and also the power to ignite inspiration, well-wishing, and also ignite that passion overall, right? It including relationships, including you pursuing something that you're passionate about in your life. It's also about courage, to be the boldest version of yourself. So why am I talking about these energies and what they mean? I hope that you will be able to embrace these, to have maybe a meditation or a prayer, or just spend a few minutes of breath work and just kind of going within and seeing what that reflection gives you, what kind of topics come up, and how you can tie them to the topics of solstice. Because that's really how you respectfully commemorate this energy and how you make the most out of it, right? So it helps you ride that wave into something new and beautiful. So let me check my notes. What else? Yeah, so we are celebrating light within us. It is the time for reflection, so it's actually what I was just talking about. It makes a lot of sense, since this is like a bit of a break from the usual activity, from the routine, and it allows naturally for introspection and reflection. It's the opportunity to slow down and notice things that you don't necessarily notice or appreciate, or like it can be both about the positive and the negative, right? And then if you spot something negative, something that you want to get rid of, you want to move away from it so that you can start the new season afresh, then again the energy of fire is going to help you burn that away and heal from any of those remnants of unhealthy vibes and patterns. Lighting fires and bonfires, of course, a big deal. I already mentioned the Vanakupala night that we have traditionally in Ukraine, in Eastern Europe overall, where bonfires and either jumping over bonfires or doing ritual dances around them are definitely a big part of that celebration. And it's a spiritual high point more than anything else, so you can really get into the high vibration sooner. You can go to the next level of ascension sooner. You can switch timelines, whatever it is that you feel guided to do. If you usually like can do or not do it, or maybe like skip it or procrastinate, this is the time to take action. The energy of fire is telling us a very masculine energy in its nature, and it's about taking action. If the Gemini, which was the energy that it's the passing energy, right? That the season we're living behind is more about thought process, thoughts and words. The energy of fire, that the solstice is all about. It's like that point of fire that's separating the Gemini energy of air and the Cancer energy of water. But that point of solstice is bringing in this extra spice to the situation, right? And the fire energy is definitely asking us to take decisive action. So now I'm going to pull an oracle card and a tarot card for each of the zodiac signs, so you can get a little bit of a more personalized message of what is important to pay attention to, what is important to know during the solstice to make the best out of it. All right, and we're gonna start from Gemini because we're still at the end of that Gemini season, so I'm gonna just randomly be pulling a card from each. So we have unknown territory, you're exactly where you need to be, and Knight of Wands. So Gemini, you're exactly where you're supposed to be. Don't underestimate yourself, right? You get in this fiery Knight of Wands. Well, it gets ignited with the solstice energy, right? And Knight of Wands actually just goes for what they want, what they feel passionate about, right? Driven by that fire within, right? That's what matters. Do not judge the book by its cover. Do not just disregard or, do not disregard a certain situation or place or relationship or whatever that scenario is for you just because it doesn't look super attractive or fruitful or promising, right? There is a lot underneath, and your passion will guide you to the right course of action. Okay, Cancer. We have Gates of Triumph. Success expands in your life. And the Hanged Man, that I kind of pulled it on the upside down, right? So what I'm getting is that you'll actually be getting out of this time of reflection and contemplation, and you'll know what action to take next. Don't try to rush it, but some of you may have been feeling that you've been in this energy far too long and you're really, really anxious to get out of it, hence the Hangman in reverse, right? Don't rush yourself, but this time will definitely show you the way to the Gates of Triumph and how to get that expansive success into your life. Okay, let's go to Leo. Leo by zodiac sign is the closest to this energy, so I'm actually very much interested to see. Breaking trails. A breakthrough is at hand. Yes, shifts, new beginnings, breakthroughs, it all makes sense. And Three of Cups in reverse. So some of the friendships or like casual relationships may be falling off, but it's for your own good. It's so that you can get a breakthrough to something completely different, right? It's gonna like change up, spice up your environment so that you can see things differently and you can innovate in whatever it is you're trying to pursue next. Okay, then we have Virgo. Valor and courage. Take action with passion. Again, that's exactly the solstice energy I was talking about. And I keep getting cards in reverse, but anyway, I have to take them the way I see them falling out. The Page of Swords in reverse, right? So it's time to leave behind overthinking and trying to calculate the result and not feeling good enough, but it's time to kind of like approach the matter with that expansive energy of the sun, right? Like you can do whatever, right? The impossible is possible as long as you show that courage and you take action with passion, right? So passion is a different suit. It's wands in tarot. This is swords. This is called mind, right? This is logic. So logic and rationale will not help you here. Your passion, your inner drive will. Okay, let's go to Libra. You have finding sanctuary, opening to your spiritual source, and Seven of Cups. It's actually interesting because 7 is the number to open to your spiritual source. They also have quite similar colors as well, right? So you can already see, Libra, that you will have a chance to dive deeper or to fly higher, to strengthen that connection with source. And again, it will allow you to see in the myriad of different experiences, options and choices. It will help you find, this connection will help you find the right one, right? It's a different Seven of Cups, kind of, right? But it will get you to the right solution, not to a solution, but to the best one. Connection to source is the name of the game. Okay, next one is Scorpio. So we have protected by angels. You are cherished by angels. Beautiful. And Ace of Swords. And look at that. You have swords in each of these cards, actually. So I'm getting that Scorpio will be getting some messages, some downloads from their guides, from the angels, from the higher power, explaining something about your either heritage, like the backstory, right, to your life, to your lifetime, or it will be explaining how your higher power is helping you with your current mission, right, or can be of help. If you've never really been in that tight communication with your guides, right, this is like opening up to how to get there or how useful it can be, so you actually consider it seriously. Sagittarius, you have faraway places, get ready for the new horizons, and Eight of Pentacles. So I'm getting that definitely some new frontiers, maybe actually seeing new places, or very, very new experiences are on the horizon for you. And that should get you excited. That should get you in your fiery energy, right? Sagittarius loves that kind of vibe. But it will require certain preparation, certain work, doing your homework, like preparing for it. This is not a surprise. It's not supposed to be, like, this is not a drill, you know, but also it's not supposed to be taking you aback or just kind of throwing you into it. No, you're supposed to be prepared. You're supposed to understand what's happening when it happens. So you will be given some tasks that will prepare you for it. So watch closely. Even if they seem routine or mundane, they are important to prepare you for the journey to faraway places. Okay, the next one is going to be Capricorn. We have answering the call. The time is now. And the Lovers. Beautiful. Yeah, so, and you can be dealing with a Gemini, actually. But I'm getting, and I was talking about the meaning of this card for a while recently, that it's about making loving choices, right? And here you're supposed to answer the call now, right? So really, there is a very loud opportunity, like in your face. It may not be very straightforward. It may not be something easy to agree to, but deep down you know that that's the loving choice to make. It can be about, I don't know, breaking up with someone or leaving a job that you've been with, like you've been working at, you know, for 10 years or something. Like it's something that's hard to part with or to leave behind, to answer the call to something else, something bigger and better, right? But it's absolutely necessary at this time, so that you free up that space and that you can actually heal that pattern. Okay, Aquarius. We have vast vistas, expand your horizons, and the King of Wands. Yeah, so I actually saw the Queen of Wands in one of the cards. This is about, and to me, yeah, expand your horizons actually matches the King of Wands, although they are the Master of the Wands. But that's what they encourage others to do, right? Like they are that kind of passionate leader that's encouraging others to step up and follow their dream and follow your passion and expand your horizons, right? Like do not be afraid of unknown on the journey, right? Like walk through it with confidence. That's exactly the King of Wands energy. Okay, the next zodiac sign is Pisces. We have stepping into power, you are strong beyond measure, and Page of Wands. Yeah, so Aquarius, you may feel for a second that you have too big of shoes to fill in the role that you're looking up to, or the role that's kind of being hinted at you, that you're like the next in line, you're gonna take it on pretty soon, right? It's like giving you those prompts. And even if you feel as a page, which is a younger, more mature energy, you should know that you're only going to be given this opportunity to step into this power when you are ready. So that's the key here, to believe that you are ready, that you will be good with it, that you are strong beyond measure. So again, the solstice energy, the sun energy should help, and that's actually the message for everyone, should help you ignite that solar plexus chakra so that you can expand from that page energy into something more mature. Okay, the next one is Pisces. Hopefully I haven't messed up any of the zodiac signs. I apologize in advance if I did. Solitude. In silence, peace prevails. And Knight of Pentacles. Very interesting energies. Very unlike Pisces, I would say. But I like that these two cards kind of match in terms of taking a calm, peaceful approach, right? And that's actually the Pisces wheelhouse, right? There is no confrontation, there is no conflict. We're all here, we're all in it together kind of vibe, right? And in silence, you may actually find new wisdom and important knowledge on how to move forward. Where is the next clue? Where is the next milestone? Or what am I supposed to do to prioritize next, right? Do not rush yourself, but get into that calm peace of mind. Get into that peaceful mind, right? And necessary exercise more silence in order to get there. Okay, Aries is next. So we have Desert Passage, trust there is a divine plan, and Seven of Pentacles, which is also a plan. The difference is that this is a divine plan. Seven of Pentacles is a minor arcana, so it's about the plans that we create, that people create, right? That in this case, you, the viewer, create. So Aries, what I'm getting is it's key to find that balance between what is being given to you and what you want to adjust or customize or just get creative with it, right? It's really good to have a plan, but don't try to kind of push into any of those, to push the influence into any of those directions, right? It's supposed to be a blend of a divine plan and then how you see that implementation in your own life, right? What does it mean exactly? There's supposed to be synergy here. Okay, and last but not least, Taurus. transformation, a fresh new way of living emerges. Yeah, this is one of my favorite cards in this deck. And the star. This is Aquarius energy actually, but again, together with transformation, I'm seeing that this is, and look at her like flying towards that guided star. There is an energy of like complete transformation and shift into something that's closer to the stars. And again, this is about that ascension, that expansion of consciousness, raising the vibration, right? But basically, as the card suggests, a fresh new way of living emerges, right? Basically, that shift is driving you towards new lifestyle in some shape or form, or maybe choosing a different lifestyle for yourself, right? If it's not something that you can do immediately, it's at least, again, taking direction towards a certain lifestyle that's not typical for you, that you don't think that you would have chosen, I don't know, 6 months ago or a year ago or 5 years ago. Okay, I think this is all. I'm gonna leave it here. I hope this was a good video overall for you guys, and I hope that you will utilize the energy of the solstice wisely. In the meantime, I love you all, and I'll be back with more readings very, very soon. Bye, everyone.